Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. My name is Nicholas. This is my channel Spiritual Wisdom where I talk about Wicca, witchcraft, I also paganism, crystals and their magical properties, as well as manifestation, self-love, and all manner of magical topics, and as well as philosophy. So this is one of my philosophy videos. So there's a lot throughout history. There's always been conflict with each other. Why is this? There'd be religious conflicts because some religion at its core is not about conflict. It's all about enlightenment and having a deep connection with the sacred. That's what it's all about, having a deep connection with the sacred. That's what religion's about. At its core, it's living your life the way the sacred intends you to live it. And it's about, because be it gods or be it a god, whatever the sacred is, because different religions, the sacred will be different things. The sacred created all life, and the sacred is a higher being which wishes to see you do well, succeed, and guide you through life by giving you teachings and guidance. But we argue amongst ourselves what is the sacred. For some, if it's someone in the Catholic religion, then it will be God. The word Allah in Islam also refers to God, but it's still God. And in Hebrew, there'd be a Jewish word for God. I don't know the Hebrew word for God, but when I do find that out, I'll make a video about it and share that word. But again, and then with Hinduism, to an outsider looking in, Hinduism looks like the worship of many different gods, but really Hindu people believe in one God, but it's different aspects of God, or it's a God within a God sort of thing, as a sort of way to look at Hinduism. Within the Wiccan religion, what I follow, we honour the god and goddess. For most of us, some of us, the god and goddess are just a reflection of nature. These are energies to work with. For some people, these once were great gods and great high priests and high priestesses or practitioners, what became revered, and some practitioners feel they're working with that energy or that person was revered. For most of us, for some of us, the god and goddess are part of a higher power. For me as an individual Wiccan, the god and goddess represent a higher power. As I said, the way I like to look at God is like an onion. Many names, many layers, but still one divinity, one God. But the problem within the world throughout history, people and religious communities have lost sight of what religion is about. And some people, they made it out as if what they were doing was for religion, but it was for political reasons. Because when we look at popes in the past, it wasn't for religious reasons why they became pope or what they were doing. It was all to fit a political agenda. But God was used. We see this as well. And even today we see this with some of the world's biggest religions. But it's not about, with people, what they've lost is, regardless if you're Hindu, Jewish, Christian, so I love spiritual things, but a lot of us who follow a religion or who believe in a higher power, what are we really looking for? We all wish to understand the universe and create a deeper relationship with the sacred. And we should respect what the sacred is for other people. Like if someone says, well, for me, I'm Muslim and the sacred is Allah for me, I don't disagree with that person because that is what the sacred is to them and I respect their beliefs. If someone has a Hindu perspective on the sacred because of their upbringing or because they've converted to that path or that path calls to their soul, I wouldn't say, no, you're wrong. I would say, I'm happy for you, I'm glad you've felt closer to the sacred. And I feel what I do have an issue for though is when people do say, oh, your religious beliefs are wrong, and that when I would never say that to someone. If their beliefs were harmful, then I wouldn't want any part of it and I wouldn't agree with it. But if their beliefs are bringing them happiness, joy, and there's nothing harmful about what they preach or believe in, then I'm all for it. And there's nothing harmful about Christianity, but there are teachings in the Bible, there are words in the Bible that have been exploited and used to justify inhumane things. But at its core, Christianity is about love, peace, and it's about following the teachings of Jesus. With Judaism, it's about following the teachings of sacred prophets, and it's about following the Ten Commandments, and there are many Jewish customs, beliefs, and it's about aligning your life to those Jewish beliefs and practices. If you're Muslim, it's about following the Quran and following Islamic practices and teachings. But there's no right or wrong religious path. You know, that is the problem. It's like people can't live, the reason why so much conflict happens in the world today and in the past, people can't live and let live. You know, that is the problem. You know, like if someone's Christian, let them be Christian. And as long as they're practicing that, but they're not bringing everyone else down, going, oh, you're all going to go to hell and all this nonsense. As long as they're practicing it on their own terms and they're not upsetting anyone, then there's nothing wrong with it. If someone's Muslim, they're actually following what the religion's really about rather than extremist things. And most Muslims do follow the religion the way it's intended to be followed. It's just Islam does get a bad lash, and there's a lot of misconceptions about Islam because of what happens in the Middle East as well. But it is a beautiful religion, Islam. As it is Hinduism, Judaism. There are so many wonderful and beautiful faiths out there, but there's no true religion. There's one divinity or divine sacred, I believe, but it's not right or wrong how you see that. We just have to respect what other people believe in, and that, and let live and let live. And if we had more of that attitude, there'd be less wars in the world as well. Also, people get blinded by their nationality. Like, oh, Scotland is the best and English is the best. In Scotland and English people, there was tensions with Scotland and English people for years. For years. Because people were blinded by their nationality. You know, we're not Scottish, we're not British, we're not Irish. You know, the way I like to look at this is, I was very political growing up. I had a great interest in politics. There was a time in my life where maybe I'd say it was Scottish or I was British. And technically speaking, politically correct speaking, I would either fall into Scottish or English. I would either fall into British or English. Scottish or British. I would rather fall into one of those categories, either one. But at the end of the day, I don't see myself that way. I see myself as a spiritual being, a multidimensional being having a human experience. And I'm an earthling, you know, I'm on this earth having my own journey, my own experience. And each and every one of you who are watching my videos, and each and every one of you, and everyone in everyday life, as we're all working on this earth together, and we're all on a journey to find ourselves, to grow, and that. And I feel there's so much conflict in the world because people get blinded by their nationality as well. And we fight over our religious beliefs, and, you know, like we go, well, I'm part of this tribe, or I'm this nationality, I'm this religion, I follow the true way, the true religion, we should all follow this, and this is how wars start, because we forget we're all one. You know, everything's interconnected. And when it comes to the four elements, everything is connected to earth, air, fire, and water. Some things connect to the earth energy stronger. Sometimes, like lavender, connects to all four elements, but it really connects to the air energy stronger. Therefore, that would be its element. So everything interconnects. Every tree is connected, every plant, every human being's individual soul is interconnected. You know, but a lot of us along our way can get lost and follow the path of fakeness and fakehoods and lose our And when we stop believing in ourselves and we have lack of confidence, we lose our inner peace when we allow the negative people and the outer world to affect our inner world. We lose our inner peace. And the key to creating a better, more peaceful society is for us to reach a higher consciousness, but also for us to find that peace within ourselves, because peace is within. And also to create the world we want to create, we have to become the change we want to see in the world. And that's the message people have to remember. And there's a lot of conflict in the world right now. Things like Russia, and we've also got a lovely being that I'll need to get some cinnamon sticks for. But right now I'm happy for that lovely little creature to be in the background. However, and that little creature's life matters just as much as mine. However, as I was saying, there are war in Russia. We've got war with Russia, Ukraine. We've got war with Palestine and Israel. But this war's been happening for a long time with Israel and Palestine. It's been happening for a long time, and it was just a matter of time for things to clash. It really was just a matter of time for things to come to head. And a lot of countries are going to be in conflict because people are getting caught up in the conflict what the people in power have made. And remember that a lot of government officials and all that make it they've not got money to help the people that are struggling, to help the people in poor, to help the people that are poor, but yet they've got money for wars, but they haven't got money for helping to feed the poor, because war is a profitable business, and the elite, the people at the top, and the people we'd say are the elite, they make lots of money for war, and don't you be thinking otherwise, because they do. Be aware of that. But this is just, again, food for thought, and again, we just need to remember that slowly but surely, as we are distracted, the people in power are working towards taking our rights away bit by bit. And there was a great Roman emperor which said, give them bread, wine, entertainment, and they won't know what's happening. They'll be so distracted. And then the government's doing that, and the people in power in their own way. And we just have to realise, in order to become our greatest version, it's not about being on the side of Palestine, being on the side of Israel or Ukraine or Russia. It's all about being on the side of truth. And there's so much fear that the people in power use, and it's not about being on the side of fear. Choose love overall, as love conquers all fear. And it's about being on the side of justice and truth. And the key, why I make videos like this, is there's a lot of conflict happening in these countries. The news are only covering the surface, or they're telling you what they want to tell you. They're not telling you the full story, and there's bits they're leaving out. Bear that in mind. And there's a lot to talk about in the world right now, because there's so much to be aware of, and there's so many political games and so many things that the people in power are doing right now. And I'm aware of what they're doing, and I encourage you to be aware of what's going on. And these videos are always made to help you wake you up spiritually, because I'm teaching you spiritual knowledge about tarot, about crystals. This information can help you in your own spiritual path, deepen your own knowledge. And also, when I talk about world issues, I think it's important that we be aware of what conflict and world issues are going on. I also make these videos to help you become your greatest version, to love yourself, because that's something I want to help the world do, like love ourselves. Because the more we learn to love ourselves and create inner peace for ourselves and create the change in the world we really want to see. However, until the next installment of Spiritual Wisdom, wishing you peace, love, blessings, and above all else, higher wisdom and deeper consciousness. May meet, may part meet again. Blessed be. Have a great night, day, wherever you may be. Thank you for watching and thank you for your support. It means such a great deal, because it's great to have great conversations like this about world issues, about crystals, plants. If there's any subjects you would like me to make a video about, please comment down below. If you like this video, please hit like. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be posted whenever I make a new video. And the next video I'm going to be making is going to be a tarot card video, so stay tuned. Bless it be.